Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. New Game November sees us paying a visit to the Nostromo as we are playing Alien: Fate of the Nostromo by Ravensburger. This one, as you might guess, is based in the Alien movie, and our goal here is to try to complete our final mission, which we've got set up over here. But in order to get to that, we need to get through our objectives. First, let's meet our characters today, and then we'll reveal our objectives. First up, we are playing as Lambert, the Navigator. She's got 4 actions, and as a special ability, she can spend an action to look at the top card of the encounter deck and put it on the bottom of the deck. And I'll be using my usual Cthulhu token for who's going first. And we've got Dallas, the captain of the ship. He doesn't have a special ability, he just has 5 actions in a turn. And that's what you might be seeing the action indicators for down here. You might recognize these as the action tokens I use when I'm playing Arkham Horror, the card game, Cards and Dice. Or even when I'm playing it on TTS, there are action indicators that I've got that are in the mod for that as well. Anyway, let's take a look at our objectives. So our first objective that we have to try to deal with, we don't have to deal with these in order necessarily, but the first objective we have is drive him into the airlock. Our task is to bring an incinerator into the airlock. The airlock is right over here, basically from the, well, not quite the middle of nowhere from where we are starting here. And then our next objective, we'll take our chances in the shuttle. Drop 2 coolant canisters in the docking bay. The docking bay is actually not far from us, and we've got coolant canisters fairly close. Our third objective is crew meeting. All crew members in the galley with at least 1 scrap token in each crew member's inventory, as we have got Randy Smith first to stop by this morning as we're looking on the Nostromo. Hopefully all is well with you early this morning there, Randy. We are starting in the galley. The xenomorph, of course, starts down here in the nest. This is my first time ever playing this game, so I do have the rule book on standby, but I think we are all set, so let's jump in. Let's see, we're starting off with Lambert. So I think for her actions, she's going to go 1 over to the bridge, 2 up to Mother, 3 perform one of the following. She's going to pick up the 2 scrap. And for 4, she's going to grab the coolant canister as well. And before we look at the encounter, recently purchased this game from Half Price Books, but have not played it yet. Nice. My last interaction with Half Price Books, as I give the encounter deck a shuffle, my last interaction with Half Price Books was actually at Gen Con, where I was able to find the core book for the Alien role-playing game, which I haven't had a chance to try out yet. I also got a bunch of the dice I also got a bunch of dice between an order from Amazon and a friend of the channel. I normally sleeve my games, but I haven't yet because I wanted to give this a go first. Thank you, doing well overall so far. Live in Seattle, so it's 6:45. So you're 2 hours behind me then. Good to know. As a side note, I don't usually go live this early in the morning. The only reason I am going live this early on a Saturday morning is because Mystical Munchies this week is going to be the entree out of the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. So since it's going to double as dinner tonight, I am going live this early to compensate for that. Oop. Give that another quick shuffle. And to cut, I'm actually going to put the encounter deck over here. So let's see what we've got to deal with here. Uh-oh, the alien hunt. Got to see how the alien cards are laid out. Here we go. Okay, so that is... Alright, perform the action as stated on the card. So looks like this is an ongoing effect. Should any officer expire during active deployment, refer to Mother for task distribution. So place tokens, which it does not. So, let's see. That's alien movement. Resolve it from top to bottom. Okay, so we start off with so it looks like we start off with the alien movement. So it's moving 2 spaces, probably toward the nearest crew member. Move the alien the indicated number of spaces on the card. Must move, so it looks like it's moving 1, 2 probably. Oh, I bet these are all spaces. So we probably want 1, 2, 3, 4. And Joan doesn't have any of that. So she'll be there to pick it up next round. Okay. Must move toward the nearest crew member, which we just... Hold on, I'll be right back. I just heard the oven timer start going off. My apologies for that. Saturday morning, as I mentioned, is usually Mystical Munchies time, so the oven going off typically isn't a problem, but if I'm going live early, it can be a problem. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, we moved the alien 2 spaces. Does the morale damage... Okay, when it encounters crew members. Actually, it didn't encounter anybody, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we've got our ongoing effect, Alien Hunt. Okay. Right. Okay, so it looks like we're done there, which means now we're going to flip over all of Lambert's action tokens, and we're over to Dallas. So Dallas is going to move... I feel like there should... Hold on, I'm going to check something. Place one concealed token face down. Yeah, looks like we only had the 3, and then we shuffle the remaining tokens. Okay. So Dallas is going to move 1, 2, and then that's going to be down a ladder, which would bring us here. But he's going to go 3, 4 into the hypersleep. Excuse me, and 5 to pick up the coolant canister. Which we do need to get coolant into the docking bay, which is actually right here. So our next encounter... Alright, so we've got 1 alien movement. It's going to be moving toward... it's going to be moving over here. Then it would encounter 2 morale damage. Then we have suit storage, which suit storage says... Okay. So scrap tokens... Okay, so that's scrap tokens we're placing out. Indicates that we need to place a conceal token. So in suit storage... So in suit storage, we get 2 scrap tokens. Suit storage is right here. And we put a concealed token down there as well. Okay. So we'll flip over Dallas's action tokens. And we're back over to Lambert. Now Lambert's going to pick up the scrap for 1. Then the coolant for 2. Then move 3, 4 back to the bridge. And then our next encounter, 3 movement, and would take 3 morale damage. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. We need to be very careful about Lambert this turn. Thankfully, no morale damage. Stalk. Use caution when navigating an M-class starfreighter. Dark passages can hide obstacles and... Okay, wait a second. We've got some keywords here. Let's see. I just gotta look here. Final mission isn't explaining much. I'm also not using Ash, especially for a first playthrough. Perform any action as stated on the card. Okay. So it's still not really explaining, so let's where are hunt and stalk. Those don't seem to be explained in here, which is at least a little bit annoying, but okay, no. Looks like it just flavor text from what it would appear. Okay. So yeah, we're not going to worry about that. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to flip Lambert's tokens back over, and we're going to go to Dallas. Actually, I am going to take a quick look at BGG. Maybe there's something that explains these keywords a little bit better. So bear with me just a second. Files. Let's see. Looking for this esoteric order book. Let's see here. No, looks like it's just flavor text, I think. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with anyway. So now we're over to Dallas's turn. For action 1, he's going to move a space. Action 2, he'll move again into the docking bay. Action 3, I think he is going to drop his container of coolant. Action 4, he's going to climb down. And action 5, he's going to move in another space. So over to Dallas. So the encounter card he draws, moving one space. So the alien will move back into we'll move back here into suit storage. Then we'd take 2 morale damage if nobody's encountered us yet. So we'll put 2 scrap tokens and a concealed... Actually, we have a concealed token that's in the airlock, so we need a concealed token here. Alright. So we're back over to Lambert. Let's see. I think we go... We still need to find an incinerator. Actually, we would need to craft an incinerator, which would take how much scrap to do that? To craft an item equal to its cost. So it looks like we would need... It looks like we would need 2 scrap, I think, for the incinerator. Yeah, so... Wait, where does it indicate the... That's probably 2 actions that it uses. Let's see, items... No, actually, the incinerator costs 4 scrap. I was hoping it would be indicated on the card, but or on the token, but apparently it isn't. So, yeah, no, it's not indicated on the card. And I don't think it's even on... Oh, it is on the reference cards. Let's see, so we need 2 more scrap. Let's go for Lambert. We'll go 1, 2 to the galley, 3 over into this hallway space, and then 4 we're going to end up in the docking bay where I'll be able to drop off the coolant to get more... I'll be able to drop off the coolant to get that objective met. So our next encounter for Lambert is the alien moving 1. We would take 2 morale damage, but nobody's there. So then we put a concealed token in the workshop, which there's already 1 there. And then we'll put 2 scrap down. We'll flip Lambert's action tokens, and then we'll move over to Dallas. Let's see. Dallas is going to move 1 into the med bay. 2, he's going to grab the 2 scrap here. 3 back out. 4. If I move him down here, that's just asking to get encountered. So I'm going to move him back up. And then 5 will have him climb the ladder up into the docking bay. Because trying to move him in here was asking for him to get ambushed. So our next encounter is 2 morale damage. So we lost the signal. Return the alien to the nest. Place a concealed token in each room where no crew members or concealed tokens are present. So Mother gets 1, the bridge, the galley, hypersleep, the med bay, equipment storage, and we'll say the nest gets 1 as well. Did I miss anything? No. And then then we have to shuffle the encounters that we've done previously back into the deck. Oop. Okay. So that's all handled. We'll flip Dallas's action tokens back over. And then we're over to Lambert's turn. Lambert's going to gamble a little bit. Action 1, she's going to move into this hallway. Action 2, she'll move into the airlock, which will force her to reveal the concealed token that's here. First, check to see if any objectives have been completed. We have not. So let's see what we get here. We find... Oh, yikes. The alien moves in right away. Decrease morale by the amount, so the alien moves right into the airlock. That's mildly problematic. We suffer 2 morale damage. And then then any affected crew members must flee 3 spaces, and the current player's crew action phase immediately ends. So Lambert's got to flee 3 spaces. 1, 2, I'm going to have her flee 3. And then that goes back into the concealed stack, and the encounter phase in the turn immediately ends. Fortunately, when we end a turn this way, we actually do get to skip the encounter phase, so that's something. But we do end the phase for Lambert. So now we're over to Dallas. Dallas is going to move. Well, now we can't move into the airlock because we know the alien's there. And we don't want to get the morale marker all the way down to here because the crew will be lost and the game will end. The other way the game can end, actually it can end once we complete the final mission, or if the Nostromo's self-destruct sequence is activated by a final mission card. So, yeah, that kind of was a bad way to end the turn. So Dallas is going to move 1 back to this hallway, 2 over to the galley, and he's got to reveal the concealed token here. And it's Jonesy hissing at us, which will decrease morale by 1. I believe Jonesy shuffles back in as well. Yep, shuffle it back in. It's not going to be much of a shuffle since it's only a three token shuffle. Okay. So at least Dallas's crew action phase didn't just end. Action 3, he'll move down here. Action 4, he'll come down here to suit storage and reveal another concealed token, which will bring the alien right to him. Decrease morale by another 3, yes. And then we immediately shuffle that one back in. Fortunately, once again, the encounter phase ends, or we skip the encounter phase when the turn ends in that way. So he's got to flee 3 spaces. He'll flee 1, 2, 3. He loses an action, so it's not nearly as bad as Lambert's was losing 2 actions. So Lambert, we're going to run back the plan of going to the airlock to grab the scrap there. Action 1 to the docking bay. Action 2 to this hallway. Action 3 into the airlock. And Action 4 to grab the scrap. And we can make the incinerator. We can make the incinerator that we still are going to need. So our next encounter card is moving 3 spaces. That's going toward the active crew member, I believe, and must move toward the nearest crew member. Uh-oh. That's going to be a problem, because the nearest crew member right now isn't actually Lambert, it's Dallas. So he's moving 1, 2, 3 to Dallas. We are going to lose 3 morale. This could end up chaining very badly, but they lose morale and immediately flee by moving 3 spaces away. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3. That way he can get these 2 scrap tokens at least. And nothing else happening there. Well, this is starting to deteriorate in a hurry. So now over to Dallas we go. He's going to grab the 2 scrap for 1. We need to bring an incinerator to the airlock. So I'm going to use the 4 scrap for Dallas to craft the incinerator, which we can use that. If the alien is within 3 spaces, send it to its nest. If we do, we don't draw an encounter card this turn. Technically, the alien is within 3 spaces, so let's see, that was Dallas's second action. 3, 4, 5. And then the encounter that we're going to take, or that we have to deal with, is moving 1 space toward us. So the airlock, so the alien moves there. We put 2 scrap in the airlock and a concealed token, which thankfully Lambert doesn't have to reveal right away. That'll bring us over to Lambert. Is there there's not a special space we have to go to. Nope, just whenever you have it. So action 1, she is going to spend 4 scrap to craft an incinerator. And because we're already in the airlock, we can complete the objective. Question is, do I have to discard it when I complete the objective? Require 1 or more items. Needs to have the item in their inventory and move to it. So because we're in the air... Actually, no. We do need to get her... No, she is in the airlock already. Never mind. So she has it, which means we've completed bring an incinerator to the airlock. So I can pull that card and return it to the box now that we're done with it. So now we still need to get everybody... We need to get 2 coolant canisters to the docking bay. And everybody into the galley with a scrap token. Lambert's going to grab the 2 scrap. Question now is, do I want to... Moving into the docking bay is asking for Lambert to... Well, it does complete another objective, but it does mean that Lambert is going to is basically just going to get ambushed here. So I think the question there is, do I bite the bullet on that? I am not completely sure I have a choice on that. So, I think... I mean, there are ones in the deck. We just had a single move card come up, but we are very much in danger of having the alien come out and ambush us. So 3, 4, which will complete the... Oh, we do need to drop a canister in the shuttle bay. So we do need to drop that coolant there. Let's hope we don't get a whammy here. Uh-oh, crew expendable. The active crew member loses all scrap tokens. I wonder if this should have been out of the deck without Ash in there. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say this should still be in here. So the active crew member loses all scrap tokens. Lambert loses her last 2. Thankfully, the alien doesn't move, though. Shuffle all Order 937 encounter cards back into the deck, and Ash is not in the ship, so that doesn't apply. This is actually not terrible, because what I can do now on Dallas's turn is I can move in there, is I can move a couple spaces and chase the alien back to the nest. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Action 1, up to the docking bay. Action 2, over to that hallway. Action 3, he'll use the incinerator, flip that over to its 1 use, and we'll chase the alien back to its nest. Action 4, he's going to... We need to find both of them some scrap now. Action 4, he's going to move to the... He's going to move to the galley. And action 5, he's going to move into this hallway towards suit storage. So let's see what our next card is. Lost the signal. Return the alien to the nest, which we already did. Place a concealed token in each room where no crew members or concealed tokens are present. So that'll be the galley. And and suit storage. And I think that is it. Yep, shuffle all alien encounter cards back into the deck. I think the first time that came up, I shuffled everything back into the deck. Whoops. Yeah, our morale here is most definitely taking a beating. Okay. We'll flip that over and we're back to Lambert. What is Lambert doing? Lambert is going to move... Lambert's going to move 1 to this hallway, 2 over to the galley. We'll reveal the concealed token here. We will find. It's safe, so nothing happening there. And that gets shuffled back into the stack. I'm not going to worry about shuffling yet until I get something else that shuffles it back in, or I need to put more tokens out. Action 3 down to suit storage, and action 4 into the hallway leading into suit storage. Action 4 now into suit storage. And Jonesy hisses at us again. So that will need to get shuffled at this point. So we'll give that a quick little 3-token shuffle. Okay. And our encounter card. All quiet. Alien moving 1 space. We would take 2 morale damage. The galley gets to scrap and a concealed token. Which, of course, we need scrap badly. Our group's morale is taking a beating. No kidding. We've only got 5 left before we end up losing the game. Dallas, we're going to have to gamble because we need scrap badly. Action 1, he's going to move in here. We'll find the concealed token in here. It's Jonesy again. Damn cat. On the bright side of that damn cat hissing at us again, we at least don't instantly lose the rest of our turn, which will let me grab the scrap. And then he's going to go... He's going to go... 3, 4, 5 down to equipment storage. He'll take the bullet on whatever this is because he's got no actions left. All clear. We'll shuffle the stack back in. Okay. Our next encounter card. Order 937. The active crew member moves to the med bay, which I'm deciding if I mind that. I just got to remember where the med bay is. Med bay is right here, which actually I think I kind of do mind that, because that's... I assume if we get moved there... I assume if we're getting moved there ourselves, then we still have to reveal a concealed token. Let's see, perform any action as stated on the card. Tracking morale, that's not what I want here. Yeah, I think we would have to reveal the concealed token there immediately or we're being forced to move to medbay. So Dallas is going to move to medbay. We'll find out what the concealed token is. If Ash is in the ship and no crew members with him, which the Ash is not in the ship, it's safe. So we got away with one there. Give that another little shuffle. Okay, so at least we ducked catastrophe on that one. Back over to Lambert. Lambert's going to take the ladder. Ugh. I was going to say, going to take the ladder for one. Oh yeah, we could probably actually work with this. So 1, down to equipment storage. 2, she's going to scrap the coolant canister to get 2 scrap out of it, because action 3, she can pick up another coolant canister right here. And then action 4, back up to suit storage. And our card here has lost the signal again. Return the alien to the nest. Concealed tokens where there are no crew members or concealed tokens. Which, that should be everything. And then the alien cards go back in the deck, which is only this card. Okay. Alright, that... I think I forgot to flip Lambert's tokens, but now we're back to Dallas. Dallas is going to go... 1, 2, 3. I could potentially get to the galley in one turn, but I need neither one of these concealed tokens to be an alien token, or I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and only have to encounter the one. I think that's a much better plan. That way we can complete the crew meeting, assuming this doesn't hose us. Which Jonesy hissing at us again doesn't just hose us, but we are definitely not long for this world with the xenomorph harassing us. Let's just be perfectly honest about that. Let's see what we get here. 1 space, 2 morale. Medbay gets a concealed token and 2 scrap. And I'm going to get a drink of my Crystal Light. Unfortunately, as you can see here, we are at a point where a 3 morale encounter with the xenomorph will end the game. The question is, do we have anything that we can do? Let's go. Actually, I think now we take our safe play, action 1 into the hallway, action 2 up to the galley. That'll complete crew meeting, as all crew members in galley with at least 1 scrap token in each crew member's inventory, so we have done that one. So now we need to get the coolant over to the docking bay. Now that we've done that, now I think... Action 3, we're going to use the scrap to craft a motion detector. It's motion tracker, motion detector. Potato, potato. And then for action 4, I'm going to use the motion tracker to check this concealed token. If it's the alien, we place it here, and we gain an action. It is not the alien, so we shuffle that back in. Okay, and our next encounter, quiet. So aliens moving 1 would do 2 morale damage, but there's no damage to be done right now. Mother gets 2 scrap tokens, and it's already got a concealed. It's already got a concealed token, so we're all clear there. That'll bring us over to Dallas's turn. Action 1, Dallas is going to take the coolant canister from Lambert. Action 2, he's going to move over to this hallway. 3 into the docking bay. 4, he's going to drop the canister in the docking bay. And we've completed, we'll take our chances in the shuttle to drop 2 coolant canisters in the docking bay. Thanks for the playthrough. Have to step away for a few minutes to take a shower. We'll try to be back before the end. Well, I can't guarantee it's going to be over, Randy, because remember, we are just at a spot here where a 3 morale loss will end the game, but we do get the final mission. So let's see what we've got here. You have my sympathies. Setup, place all discarded coolant canisters into equipment storage. Place Ash at Mother. Ash moves toward crew members when he moves. Objective, defeat Ash by dealing 3 damage to him. Whenever Ash encounters a crew member, that crew member must discard a coolant canister to deal 1 damage to Ash and move him 3 spaces of their choice. Otherwise, you lose 3 morale and flee 3 spaces. When Ash is defeated, remove Ash from the ship. And then victory, use an incinerator on the alien after Ash has been defeated. So place all discarded... Place all discarded coolant canisters. So I think we did have to discard 1 earlier. So I'll put Ash at Mother. Okay, whenever Ash encounters a crew member, Ash moves toward crew members when he moves. Okay, so let's see. That was Dallas dropping a... Okay, so now we've got to worry about Ash too. Action 5, Dallas is going to grab a coolant canister. And then for our encounter, we've got the alien moving 3 spaces toward the nearest crew member, which the nearest... Uh-oh. I think we just lost the game, actually, because that is going to take him... That's going to take him 1, 2, right to Lambert. She'll have to flee 3 spaces, which will deal us the last 3 morale, and we have lost the game. And yeah, that was a final mission. Unfortunately, because the alien came after us, and as you saw earlier, we were here, and now with the 3 morale lost from the stock coming out, that caused Lambert to flee, morale dropped to 0, and we have lost the game. So that'll do it for this playthrough of Alien: Fate of the Nostromo. Obviously, the plan was going to be to get these coolant canisters over to the team, so we can start working on Ash. But we also had to deal with a few concealed tokens. I did enjoy this game. It's actually got the Alien license with it too, unlike Nemesis, which is just considered Alien the game. Valiant effort. Well, thanks for the kind words on that. Didn't help that we started so far down on our crew, and I probably would have, if I didn't need the scrap so much, I might have leaned on. If we didn't have such a tempo problem, I might have leaned on Lambert's action a little bit more. But I'm rambling at this point, so you two have a great weekend, Randy. We're going to have plenty of stuff coming up on the channel, so hopefully you'll stop by for some of that. I've got at least one more game stream lined up for tonight, but I'm going to hold that close to the vest. As for what else I've got lined up for today that's scheduled content, later this afternoon, like I mentioned, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook as we make the entree, Paddington Burgers. Tomorrow morning, we're headed to Manila with another brand new game on the channel as we play Manila: The Savage Streets 1945 by Revolution Games. Wednesday, we're playing another brand new game as we're playing Transformers: The Deck Building Game by Renegade Studios. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone.